Cops with blue ices. That's funny. Alan Powell. Oh yeah. What a morning, yo. Xander was good. Morning. Tina Hardman, Dark Nebula was good this morning. D. Davis, welcome. Welcome, welcome. What's up? Let you see the skies. Right now, it's like 60 degrees. Alien believers, what's going on? It's about 60 degrees right now in sunny Southern California. February 2nd, 2021, on a Tuesday. I'm outside, you know what I mean? Sunday when I was up here, you can see downtown pretty clearly. You can see it pretty clear now, but you know. I understand what people say. Cali has the perfect weather and all the other shit. Other parts of the country, you got the blizzards. You know what I mean? You got the blizzards going on in other parts of the country, so one can feel, blessed being out here, but it comes with a price. How y'all doing this morning? How's the focus? What you guys been up to? Big guy, have you guys been buying any stocks? You guys been buying into anything? You got to be careful out there in the world of the stock market, especially with these retail platforms where they're really manipulating the market. I mean, this shit is unprecedented. 11/13, what's going on? Everything that's going on with the stock market is unprecedented. There's not been so many people interested and plan, you know? Yeah. Forget Robin Hood. They're pieces of shit. But you have to understand, all these companies have connections with each other. You know? They're connected. Hell, Citadel bailed out Melvin Capital, and the Commerce Secretary for the Biden administration used to work for Citadel. So, you know, see, when you look at that, that just further proves that, you know, these people are banker bought, man. You know, these people are banker bought. The presidents, all these Republicans and Democrats in the House and in the Senate, they're all banker bought or special interest bought. You understand what I'm saying? Because look who Trump had as Commerce Secretary. Wilbur Ross, right? Wilbur Ross used to work for the Rothschild Bank. Who bailed out Trump? The Rothschilds. So, you know, if you follow the money, you'll understand who really runs this country, you know? If your favorite president isn't talking about dissolving the Federal Reserve, abolishing the IRS, and bringing back the gold standard, they're not for you. They're not for you. You understand what I'm saying? And I will say, Trump brought us closer, right, to that end by trying to end foreign dependency on oil. But you see what happens, right? As soon as Biden gets in office, the second day, he kills tens of thousands of jobs and stops that. And we're supposed to go to renewable energy tomorrow. Don't work like that. That takes time. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be able to get the grid to operate as efficiently on renewable energy as it did on natural gas, oil, and all that other shit. They haven't demonstrated that yet. You understand? All these solar fields, wind turbines and all this other shit. I mean, that's cool. But we're talking about meeting the demands, right? The power demands of 327 million Americans. And I'm an electrician. Trust me. I'd rather this shit run on renewable energy. But as long as people depend on this high-tech lifestyle, you know, like if you want to live out in a rural area and you're self-sufficient, it's really not going to matter to you. But most people live in crowded urban centers. So they're not going to be able to meet the demand quickly enough. So what he has essentially done is killed tens of thousands of American jobs and sent those jobs overseas back to OPEC. You understand what I'm saying? He's enriching OPEC again, right? Watch the prices shoot up. Watch the price per barrel shoot up because now Saudi Arabia they got more demand. They got more demand. They're not just gonna cut off the oil. They cut off the Keystone pipeline, right? They stopped it from being built or from being rerouted, but they're not just gonna cut off oil like that, right? Why would you kill the job now? Why would you kill that now when you don't have a backup plan? Because they don't want one. What they want, and I didn't even mean to talk about this, what they want is to enrich their Middle Eastern buddies, right? Get us back into the thickness of war. You understand? So now we have more of a vested interest in making sure Iran, you know, takes the dollar and goes with the central bank, because, you know, the Strait of Hormuz and all that shit, we're heavily reliant on those routes to get the oil, right? So now that we're going to end, now we have to continue our foreign dependency on oil, which will bring us further into the gristmill of war. You understand that? That's what they want. These people are warmongers. They need OPEC and they need war, right? They need that to keep this fiat currency Ponzi scheme going until they're really ready for the Great Reset. Y'all know what the Great Reset is about, right? But even with the Great Reset, even with digital currency, they're still going to need oil and natural gas. You understand? They're not cutting that shit off. All they did was end jobs. All they did was kill jobs in America. That's all he did. He didn't save the fucking planet. And rejoining with the Paris Accords, shit is a pipe dream, yo. Shit's a pipe dream. You see, he wants to keep the tree huggers and, you know, the bleeding hearts on his side. You know what I'm saying? It's all an illusion. All he did was kill jobs. He didn't save the environment by doing that at all. You understand what I'm saying? And carbon emissions are not the enemy. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not what's choking the air, right? It's not. You know what the problem is? They want to tell you that plants and all the other shit can only take up so much CO2. That's not fucking true. Because plants, trees and whatnot are constantly growing, they're constantly shedding, they're constantly springing new leaves. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly spreading, they're constantly proliferating. What the problem is this shit they spray in the air that has to come down, right? The shit they spray in the air that has to come down, and what happens then? It gets in the soil, right? And guess what? It contaminates the roots systems of these plants and these trees. And then what happens? Well, they can't take up nutrients and water like they're supposed to. And that may be the reason why they're not taking in any CO2. You understand what I'm saying? If you choke off the root system and prevent them from taking up nutrients and water, and then, you know, you contaminate the leaves with all this shit you're spraying, well, of course the CO2 is not going to get absorbed properly, right? Hello. But they know this. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. I didn't even mean to start with all that. Let's see. Tina Harmon says, well, I don't care what they say. I am not wearing 2 masks to suffocate, because suffocating is what they want, and they want to weaken our immune system for when they release their next virus. Yep. No face flags for me. Unless if I wear one, it's not a real one. It's not doing anything for me, right? Except allowing me to breathe. This thing right here, this little neck gaiter right here, When I have to go into a store that requires a mask, I just wear this thing and I breathe just fine through this thing. So if I'm breathing fine through this, what does that mean? This is allowed. They allow you to wear this and want you to think that it's going to offer protection, but it doesn't. I wear it because it allows me to breathe better than wearing one of them little flimsy masks would. Even an N95 is not going to protect you from, a virus. They're not designed for that. The N95 was designed, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, for tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a bacteria. Bacteria are much larger than viruses. So, that's what the N95 was designed for. You understand? To block tuberculosis. It's not going to stop a virus. So unless you're wearing a half face or a full face protective mask with full-on canisters, right, and an exhalation valve and a good seal, and you're shaving, right? If you're not clean shaven, you're not wearing a full or half face mask or a full face mask that creates a good seal. You know what I'm saying? And those filters, that you twist on, you're not really protecting yourself against. You're not doing anything for yourself with these masks, right? And really, let them tell it. Let them tell you how this thing spreads. You would really need a full face mask because it shields your eyes. You would need a full face mask that will shield your eyes, right? That's what you would really need. If you really want to stop it, you need a full face mask, rubber gloves, right? A Tyvek suit that you throw away right before you get home. You have to wear a Tyvek suit. And every time you go into and out of a building, you would have to throw that Tyvek suit away. You understand? You would have to throw it away each time you go in and out of a building. So Tyvek suit, rubber gloves, full face mask, right? With 2 filters. Hell, if you want to go all out, you might as well get an internal oxygen tank, right? One of those integrated oxygen tanks. You might as well do that. Otherwise, come on, man. There's a reason 70% of people hospitalized for Modelo 19 wear masks all the time, right? There's a reason for that. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Fuck. One more. Go back up 2. Okay. It's all part of the plan. Agreed. You can get there without trying, though. What are you talking about, 1113? I worked in the tar sands projects. It's an environmental nightmare. You're riddance to that project. I tell you what, it might be an environmental nightmare. But it's stopping that project going to save the planet. Right? It's going to save the planet. Because what is China doing? China just completed I don't know how many new coal mines. They just started so many new coal mines across, different places, right? China is still the biggest polluter on the planet, right? India is still the second biggest polluter on the planet. We're not even in the top 10. So I'm familiar with the tar sands, right? And the centrifugal thing they do to extract the oil from the sand. I'm familiar with that. But what you have, there has to be a transition, right? You don't just kill tens of thousands of jobs to stop a project that you've been doing for I don't know how long. How much pollution does Canada and the United States contribute to the world? Like I said, we're not even in the top 10. So, and you know what? It wouldn't even have to matter. You know, there is a volcano in Yellowstone that could erupt and do more damage in 2 days than hundreds of years of so-called pollution that humans do, right? I mean, it's really, the planet is going to take care of itself. You understand what I'm saying? The planet will destroy us before we destroy it. And, you know, it is what it is, you know? It happened to many other species, dominant species. We're long overdue. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that it's okay to hurt the planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm just not believing that it's as bad as they say it is. You know, because it's all about control. They don't care. It's all about control. It's all about us useless eaters not taking up the resources. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are a finite amount of resources, but if we're not over, the world is not overpopulated. We're just overpopulating certain areas. You understand what I'm saying? If we were allowed to live off the land naturally, you know, hunt and gather, farm, ranch, and all that other stuff, none of this shit would be an issue. But because, like I said, they have people so dependent on the creature comforts, there is no, you can't just cut shit off. You know, you can't just cut off jobs and think it's going to save the planet. But they don't think it's going to save the planet because they don't care about saving the planet. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let me see. Okay. Sharon sometimes hurts. I'm saying 35 permanent jobs as all just operators for the project after completion. Okay, 35, but you still have the builders that have to build it. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't, because there's always building going on, right? There's always building, there's always renovations, there's always reinforcement, right? So, yes, those weren't tens of thousands of permanent jobs, but those jobs would have been around for a few more years. In the meantime, more work in the form of rebuilding infrastructure could pop up for these guys to go to. You know, some of these guys travel to do this type of work. They travel, they uproot their families. You understand what I'm saying? Just so he can look good to the tree huggers. But I'm a tree hugger too. I just have a better understanding. I have a different understanding. Determination is my name. Says if you have to feel you need to spray a 9-year-old, you don't need to be an official. Word, I'm gonna get into that. But I gotta address this real quick. We're already in control of Iraq oil. That's exactly it. Did Biden write an executive order to stop our foreign dependency on oil? Did he say, you know what? Let's bring our troops and our private contractors back to the United States and leave Iraq and Afghanistan alone? Did he do that? No. Did he say, let's pull from OPEC? Let's end our relationship with Saudi oil and all these other OPEC members and get the ball rolling on renewable energy right now? No, he didn't. What he did was went into the United States and ended jobs in the United States, killed tens of thousands of jobs for his own people. If you think he did that because he wanted to save the planet, you got another thing coming. Because we're still in Iraq, we're still in Afghanistan, we're still extracting oil from these places. You understand what I'm saying? We still have a relationship with OPEC. Come on, man. If he really cared, he would stop all that. He wouldn't just end the Keystone Pipeline. Let's see. I think I see Black Spring with Autumn in here. Alien Believer says, yes, people are asleep and don't care about truth, peace, or people. They are all criminals, period. Real facts. Real facts. Joey Poyle says, hi, I'm from Alberta. I will never wear a mask. Good for you, man. Good for you, Joey. Okay. Oh, what's going on? Black Spring with Autumn. Black Spring with Autumn in the house. Alien Believers says they live in DC and Hollywood. Believe me, they are here, but not our friends. Who, aliens? I believe it. I mean, I don't not believe it. Not exactly Alan Powell. Not even a fraction of what China does. Not even a fraction. Yes, there's enough sunlight in one day to power the entire United States for a year. But you have to harness it, you have to capture it, you have to harness it, and you have to store it. And then you have to distribute it effectively. They don't have that ability yet. Let's see. At 11:13, it goes through tribal land and it's had 3 constant leaks into the river under as well. Yeah, it has. Yep, I agree with that. Yes, it does. Yes, it did. It's not right. So that's why you reroute it. That's why you reroute it and take it around so that it does not do that. You understand what I'm saying? That was the whole point. I know. I'm aware of that. But guess what? Oil naturally leaks, right? Oil in the ground that has been underground for millions of years seeps out. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they find the oil. It comes out. Now, when it leaks from a pipeline, yes, it's a lot. But, you know, that's why you do things to improve the system. You reroute it so that it does not contaminate lakes and rivers. But you have to understand, this oil comes from the earth. You understand what I'm saying? The oil already comes from the earth. They're not pulling it from the sky or from a meteorite and putting it into the earth. The oil is already in the ground, right? It's already in the ground. It's already trapped in certain places. It already does what it does. It's oil. It's natural. It's from the decay of, you know, plankton fossils. It's not from dinosaurs, just so y'all know. Oil does not come from dinosaur fossils. They come from plankton fossils. Plankton, little tiny organisms that die and decay and turn to oil. That's how the oil comes. It's already in the ground. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want it to get in the rivers. Hell no. But it's already in the ground. It's already in the ocean. Like, it already comes up into the ocean and all that shit. You understand? Where do you think the plankton comes from? The plankton goes and they die and they go to the bottom of the ocean and they start to rot and, decay, and they turn to oil. They fossilize and then they go in the ground. You understand? They're already underground. The Habakkuk says, sorry to all those who followed my crypto advice in your last video. It went up, and then the brokers decided to freeze all buying. Only allow sellers. Yeah, it's bullshit. Don't worry, it's not your fault. It's their fault. And that's why them punk ass Robin Hood is gonna get sued. Punk ass Robin Hood doing what they do, manipulating the market. How you gonna cut off buying but not selling? Well, because they want you to, they want the value to drop. And that's why I said people have to be careful about what they put out in terms of what they want people to buy. You have to be real careful, because you will have infiltrators. See, a lot of attention was called to that Reddit post, that Reddit group. So you're gonna have spies in there, looking at what people are saying, and they're gonna tip off companies like Robinhood and Webull, and and tell them to get ahead of it. So you just have to be careful about how the information is disseminated. Lawrence Ritno was good. Let me see. I traveled, I did all that, but still can't justify the project. Well, I wouldn't ask you to justify it. I wouldn't ask anybody to justify that. But what I can't justify is killing tens of thousands of jobs when you don't have a plan to replace those jobs and to replace that energy that you could have gotten from that. You understand what I'm saying? What do you think is going to happen if we just shut down every project that you feel is a bad project but contributes to society to the point where people rely on it to live their daily lives? You just cut that shit off, you're gonna lose millions of jobs, right? Why not cut it all off? Shut down all the generators, right? Shut down all the generators that generate the electricity, right? That generate the electricity to build these electric cars that they want us to use. How about we shut down all the generators, that use oil? How about we shut down all these, everything that provides the energy for the things that we use to live our daily life? Just shut it all down. Millions of jobs going, millions of people without power, millions of people whose food is going to start going rotten. Everything's going to shut down, and it's going to be chaotic. You might as well set off an EMP. Just set off an EMP. You know what I'm saying? Why target the Keystone Pipeline and not anything else? Why was that in his agenda? It's not because he thought centrifuge in a sand pit is bad for the environment. That's not why. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, why not cut everything else off? No, I'm not rolling. Half the people, more than half the people on Earth are not ready to live without industrialization. They're not prepared to do what it takes to survive without all that. They don't have the wherewithal. Oh shit. Damn. They don't have the wherewithal, the knowledge, or the balls to do what it takes. No. They're going to become ravenous. They're going to become cannibalistic, and murderous. That's what's going to happen. So shutting down the Keystone Pipeline was not for a good cause. Joy Poyle says, I believe Earth is infinite. So, therefore, unknown species, aliens, can exist. I don't believe in species coming from another planet. Interesting. Interesting take. Link Hellefeld says, they are not aliens, they are fallen angels. Satan and his followers, demons. Another interesting take. Alien Believer says, they hide behind powerful and underground, aka all the sightings. Alien Believer says, yes, the fallen, same thing. Shalom, Warrior Lord, what's going on? Lawrence Rittenose in the house. No, they don't care. They don't come from anywhere but here. Also, but to say they are not here is wrong. And that's what's wrong with the Bible. People say it's the book. They are here. Interesting. Yeah, get them likes up, please. Lawrence Rittenose says, I heard that Biden signed something allowing babies to be aborted outside the womb for 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? Like outside the womb. Yes. Killing Keystone hurt my community. Joy Poyle says, I'm sure it did. You know, you have different perspectives. 1113 thinks that killing the Keystone Pipeline was the best thing on earth, while others are suffering because of it, you know? Because like I said, there is no transition. It was a horrible decision. Even if you did care about the planet, it was a horrible decision. You have to have something in place, right? You have to have things in place. Look, I don't have a problem, right? I don't have a problem. Give me some land, right? Give me some land where I can grow my own food, have my own water, and live my life in my own goddamn business. And if I want and if I want electricity and all that shit, I know how to make it happen for myself. I'm an electrician. I'm a master electrician, and I know how to make it happen for myself. I know how to build panels and install them and all the other shit. Get an inverter, and you know, however I got to do it if I want that. But most people are not like that. Most people are not good on that. Let's see. The media and the government are in cohorts to cause chaos. That simple. Yeah, facts. There's many sightings of UFO ships seen in our atmosphere now. Yeah, they're all over the place, man. It's kind of crazy. The question is, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? Anarchy says, hey man, I finally made it. I wasn't getting any notifications. Not surprising, Anarchy. Welcome. The Habakai says, you got some people saying that the Nibiru Planet X is actually a spaceship which has the Anunnaki who created pyramids, etc. And they're on their way to reclaim the Earth. Yep, that's what they say. They are never get order. They are evil, and their time is up as soon as we the people stop this crazy. Yeah. Joy Poyle says solar panels should be 3-sided, since the sun trajectory does a semicircle in the sky. Yep. But most people don't understand that. Most people don't understand that. You understand? It's all good. It is what it is. I would love renewable energy to work. We just have to get there. We have to get there. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Or you tear all these buildings down. You know, go back into the land and live off the land like we were supposed to. All right? Anyway, so finally I'll get into the 9-year-old, right? So I don't know if you guys are aware, but a few days ago, a 9-year-old girl in Rochester, New York, was handcuffed and pepper sprayed by the police, okay? Now, this is the way I think. I don't know why my screen keeps blacking out. This is the way I think. Is there any good reason, first of all, for the police to come out and address a 9-year-old? That's the question. Is there a good reason to call the police on a 9-year-old girl as an adult, as a parent? Is there a good reason? Like, what would that 9-year-old child have to do to get you, I'm asking y'all, to call the police to come out and arrest your 9-year-old child? What would that 9-year-old child have to do? That's the question. What would that 9-year-old have to do? Joey Polo says that's why pyramids are 3-sided. Word up. And you know there's a course on the top of a pyramid with that when the moon hits it at a certain point, it lights up the interior of that pyramid. The engineering back then was genius. Anyway. Yeah, Joey Polo says nothing. Never call the government for help. I agree. Now, a little bit of backstory about this. Apparently, there is something, and I'm going to address something that people who are talking about this aren't addressing, right? Because some people, they'll make excuses for the cop, or, you know, they'll make excuses for the parent, this, that, and the third. And they want to kind of say, well, I can understand that the cop would handcuff this 9-year-old girl, right? It doesn't matter if she slipped into the snow or if she was pulled down into the snow. That is a irrelevant factor, right? The biggest factor for me is that the police came out in the first place to deal with this, to address the situation. The fact that the police came out in the first place, that's the biggest problem to me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a little context. Apparently, this little girl, they were dealing with issues with this little girl in the past, okay? Apparently, the mother had called the police on that 9-year-old previously, right? Now, that cop, to me, did the right thing. He refused to take that child into custody like that. So they got a neighbor to help calm the situation, all right? But this time, the cop came out and handcuffed the girl. Why? Because apparently the girl was making threats to herself and to her mother. Now, let me ask y'all something. If your child made threats to you and themselves at 9 years old, would the first thing you do be to call the police? No. See, that's the biggest problem. Can't even really blame the police on this one, because we have to understand what policemen are, what police officers are. They are, damn it, why is this shit blacking out? They are enforcers of policy, right? They're policy enforcers. They are not subduers of children. They don't even de-escalate, right? Police in the United States aren't even trained to de-escalate. So how are you gonna send a cop out to deal with a 9-year-old? I don't care if that 9-year-old is wielding a knife or whatever, or a bat. You should be able to deal with that 9-year-old child as a grown-ass woman. All right? The mother failed. That's number one. Number two, there really is no number two. Like I said, the cops, in this case, they can be blamed for handling that child and spraying that child. Yes, of course. They deserve to be punished for that. Absolutely. But that can't be the only place the blame lies. What the fuck is up with that? This damn phone keeps blacking the screen out. So, but what we're not gonna do as rational human beings is say it's okay for the 9-year-old child to be handcuffed, or to have a black-booted, armed, badged minion of the state come out and approach them. What do you think? How do you think a child is going to react if they see a big-ass man dressed in black with a gun coming toward them? How would you expect that child to react? Then you're going to handle the child to the point where you're going to put restraints on that child, okay? Then you're going to pull her towards a police vehicle, right? A rolling cage. That's what it is, a rolling cage. Doesn't matter if she slipped or if she fell or she was pulled down. How do you expect a frightened 9-year-old child who's not in their right mind to react to that? You send a black, jack-booted motherfucker to your house to deal with your child. You call the state to deal with your 9-year-old child? Twice? That's the real problem, all right? Well, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Well, it's your job. It's incumbent upon you as a parent to figure out why this child is going through this. What changes in their life created this? God damn it. What changes in their life created this problem? Huh? How do we look deeper into the situation instead of having this knee-jerk reaction to call the police? Huh? What can be done? Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby. You have to find out what the problem is. What's triggering this behavior in this child, right? Now, just as an outsider looking into this situation and hearing a couple things, set some alarms off in my mind, all right? So apparently she had a dad, but her dad is no longer alive. But there was something of a father figure in her life that initially they tried to get involved, but the mother was like, no, we can't get him involved. That set off alarm bells in my mind. Whereas with nincompoops, such as the nincompoop Lucas, didn't think about that, right? My question is this. This father figure, I don't know too much about who this individual is. I don't know if it's the mother's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, obviously he has some influence over her life. And she knows that calling on him would not be a good idea. I would explore that avenue and try to find out why is that? Why can that individual no longer be in this child's life? Could that individual be the cause of the distress in this child? That's what I would ask myself. And obviously this individual was removed from the child's life. So as the mother, I have to ask the mother, what's going on with this dude? Why is it that he can't be involved in your child's life no more? Did he traumatize her in some form or fashion? Right? And if he did, and you understand that, what help have you tried to get her other than to call the police when she acts out? If I called the police every time my child acted out, the police will build a substation right across the street from my house. But no, I deal with my children the way I deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Now, my children haven't been traumatized, but they have said silly things like, I'm gonna beat you up, daddy, bye-bye, and you know, they say little silly stuff. You know, so what help have you tried to get this child outside of calling the police? You understand what I'm saying? And if the neighbor, the first time you called the police, was able to de-escalate your child's behavior, why not call that same neighbor when they acted out again? Why not get the village involved? Why not have someone, and they also said, they also said the female cop. There was a female cop there to kind of help, and that was helping. They said that the female cop was talking to the child and was kind of like calming the child down. Well, then how the fuck did that child still end up in handcuffs and pepper sprayed? So these are the things that I'm thinking about as someone who is pro-child, right? Pro-child welfare. These are the things I'm thinking about. I'm not even concerned with the child threatening the mother and herself. I'm more concerned with the child threatening herself. You understand what I'm saying? And if I could, this is how I was, if I felt like my child wanted to harm themselves, if I can distract them and try to get them to hurt me instead, I know I can deal with it. I know I can deal with it and get that child help, as long as their ire is focused on me and not themselves. I'm not going to call the police on my child. So this is the bigger problem. This was not a police issue. This child acting out like that is not an issue for the police to deal with. Even if there were private police, which is what I'm actually for, as opposed to public police, as opposed to law enforcement, not even police, private security forces for individual communities and neighborhoods. That's what I'm for. I wouldn't even have them deal with that. That's not their job. No. You get somebody that can deal with handle the situation. You get that child help as soon as you see that they're acting out in a certain way. You should never have to call the police on your 9-year-old child. It's ridiculous. And I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that child pulling a knife, threatening with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably, oh my God, this fucking scream, man. The child was probably acting out, screaming and hollering. Yes, you have to deal with that as a parent. You have to address what's going on in your life and your situation and what you're surrounding that child with and what you're bringing in that child's life. It's on you. It's not on the police to deal with. Point blank, period. Let me see what y'all saying. The Warrior Lord says, yeah, I see that video with the 9-year-old and the police got a cheek to say to the child, stop behaving like a child. And the response was, I'm a child. So she had some sense, right? Yeah, that just goes to show you how intelligent police are. The police are not equipped to handle that type of shit. Anarchy says, I wish I had superpowers. Man, don't we all? Anarchy says, if only I had long-range mind control, I'd fix the world. Yeah. I feel you. I think I would blame the mom on this. Yeah, definitely. Warrior Lord says, I agree. But you know they have no regards when it comes to black children. Oh, I know that. I know that. Brainwashed enforcers, that's all they are. The child would be frightened after seeing so many black people get killed by the police. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, that's not how you deal with it. I saw Impact share a video of a cop who attempted to pepper spray a dude, but he was empty. That's funny. Damn, so how many times did he use that damn pepper spray? Or it could be, fact snap, or it could be men, this is from child, like not giving her attention. Yeah, it could be something, it could be anything. You have to find out why that child is so traumatized. Hell no, you can't call it, yeah, that's real shit. And look, this is, but you know the idiot Lucas would. He feels like it's justified for the police to handcuff a 9-year-old child, or for the cops to be called out in the first place. Because he's an idiot and he's a statist. Yep, social services will be involved, and that's the last person you want involved. What you want is like family counseling or like a spiritual guide, somebody that can figure out what the heck's going on and deal with the problem. Not social services, who's going to take that child and place them in foster homes and possibly put them in a position where they can get abused. That's not what you want. Link Hellerfeld says they don't look at us as human, and the children are even a threat, and the children are not considered children. That's why he said stop acting like a child. Link Hellerfeld, you might have something there. Anarchy said, yeah, I don't agree with Lucas on that. Lucas is shaping up to be quite the statist. He's a fake, a phony, a hypocrite who acts like he cares about children, but he really doesn't, because he threatens children, because he's a punk. And I wish he'd come up here. I wish he'd come up here, or anywhere I'm at, and address threatening my children face to face. Her father, Warrior Lord, unfortunately her father is dead, passed away. But apparently she had a father figure, but the mother said that father figure can't be involved in her life. That raised a red flag for me. So I was like, why is that? Let's see. Link Hellerfeld says, they talk about white man. No, that wouldn't. Trying to look like I'm doing something. Out here. I heard that. We getting now. That's right. Every day though. Yeah. They talk about the white man a lot, but the white woman is the most sly and slick and the most dangerous, history tells us. Hey, you know, the truth is the truth. I mean, look what happened to Emmett Till. Alan Powell 1776 says, to be honest, I don't watch Lucas because he was virtue signaling hard on being vegan and would attack anyone who would give him simple facts. What? He was pushing veganism? That's funny. That's funny. Warlord says, damn, because the child was crying, saying I want my dad. Yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away. Yeah. And Matilda's death was a horrible one. You know? All because of a lie. And when she finally admitted that it was a lie, she should have got locked up for murder, period. Period. Alan Powell 776 says, or Arnike says, Alan Powell 776, hold up, I don't believe you. Veganism? That's funny. Lawrence Reno says, it'll be hard for me to be friends with someone like Lucas. He's too bipolar-like, but I try to respect him, but not say much. Yeah, double standards. Well, you know, he would want to hang out and slay with you. You know, he would want to go to the club and slay. Oh God. A little out of it today. I don't know why the screen keeps doing that. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm fairly sure I'm talking way back. I could be mistaken, but the face and the name reminded me of a dude by the same name who was all about bodybuilding off a vegan diet. It might have been him. Reno says, I happen to be gay myself. And the funny thing is, my ex-boyfriend in 2003 was just like Lucas. Hey, man. Word. That's hilarious. Let me ask you something, Lawrence. I don't have anything against gay people. Do what you do. I don't agree with the lifestyle, but that's me. But it don't seem like you're the type who's like one of those social justice warriors type homosexuals. Like, there was this veteran chick that I used to hang out with. She's my friend. She was a lesbian, and she hated all of the political shit behind the LMNOP community agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't even consider herself LGBT because she was just like, they're taking shit too far. Are you along the same lines? You can see and hear me. I had to take off the screen lock. For some reason, it's screen locking after 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? But if I have video going, it shouldn't be doing that. Anarchy says, no way in hell that's Lucas. Yeah, I'm so no SJW. I'm kind of conservative. I'm also celibate, as I have not been with anyone a while. Since like, damn, 2007? Ooh wee, man. Jesus. I was celibate for 3 years once. It started back in, as a matter of fact, I became celibate, I think it was 2006, or was it 2005? Because I had caught a disease for like the 3rd time. And I was like, okay, I need to knock this shit off. I need to step back and evaluate my life before I get something permanent. Thankfully, it wasn't permanent. I was celibate for about 3 years. But let me ask you something, Lawrence Ritno. Have you heard, what type of person uses the word slay? Let me ask you that. What type of person uses the word slay? That's what I want to know. Joey Poyle says, by design, humans are supposed to eat meat. We are carnivores by choice. Well, I would have to disagree with you on that, Joey Poyle, because people would like to say that our teeth aren't designed for that, but that's not true. We have flat teeth in the front, right? And we have molars that are not completely flat. If you look at herbivores in the animal kingdom, their teeth, the top of their teeth are flat, completely flat. Whereas humans have ridges on the top of their teeth with which to rend the flesh, right? And they have like a square top to chew vegetables. So we can chew vegetables and fruit and rend flesh to eat. So, like I said, you look at a real herbivore's teeth, they're completely flat on top. Ours are ridged. And we have a couple of incisors. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't have teeth like a freaking shark or a tiger, but that's because tigers have to deal with tougher flesh. You know what I'm saying? Pure carnivores have tougher flesh to deal with, and they don't eat fruits and vegetables. So their teeth are going to be more geared toward meat eating. You know what I'm saying? Good. Metalheads. Yeah, Alan Powell. Slay. My bad. Totally being gains. They both have the same sociopathic look in their eyes, and it had been years. Oh, okay. Woo. I don't know. I think I might do one more lap. See how I feel when I get to the bottom again. I was hoping to go harder than I did last time, but I don't know if I can today. Probably didn't recover enough since the last time I did this. It happens. Alan Powell says, if we were not meant to eat meat, we simply would not be able to digest it. Exactly. We wouldn't be able to digest it, and we wouldn't be eating meat to this day. You understand? But if you look at meat eaters, they have the stuff to break down cellulose. We don't. So, like, let's say a giraffe or an elephant can eat the whole plant, right? And they have enzymes to break down the cell walls. Humans don't. You know what I'm saying? It goes right through us. And it's a good source of fiber, so I guess you could say that's a good thing. But, you know, you're right. If we weren't meant to eat meat, we would not digest it. We wouldn't be able to use meat to build protein. We wouldn't be utilizing the vitamin B12 in the meat. So that's a good point. Whew. Yeah. I'm gonna do one more lap. One more lap, and I'm done. I was hoping to do 3 more. But you gotta listen to your body sometimes, you know what I mean? Listen to your body. Your body will tell you when enough is enough. Let's see. Alan, Alien Believer says, yes, Alan. If not for me, we all would not exist, period. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, there's studies that show that after being a while on veganism, your body starts to go through certain things. Not everybody. I know people have been vegan for a long time and they're okay. But 9 times out of 10, they need supplementation. That's how they keep going. Whew. Maybe if I rest a little bit longer and get some rest in. Yeah, I can never go. I was vegan once. I lost a lot of weight, but I kind of feel like crap. Let's see. And in that stuff is healthy atoms that take metals out of your blood. Word. Anarchy says, I bet we used to eat meat raw, though back in our caveman years. Yeah, no, they did. They did. Nope. Lynn Kellerfield says black people don't come from caves, Caucasians are. Well, that's a theory. But yeah, if it is gay people who use the word slay, I heard a lot. I expect, yeah, me too, man. I think he's gay. And I'm not to clown him, but I think that's why he lashes out so much. Lawrence, it's possible to be gay and not hate women, right? But Lucas is one of those, I feel like, one of those gay dudes that hate women. You know what I mean? You know, he shits on women so much. If you saw that C9000 video that he did, that's why he acts out. Because he just needs to come on out the closet. That's why he acts out against his male subscribers that call in. You know what I mean? That's why he gets butterflies in his stomach whenever he talks to what's that dude's name? The veteran that he talks to, Big Dog. If you see him, if you watch him, Every time he talks to Big Dog, he starts blushing. You know what I'm saying? He gets a little smile on his face, start blushing. You know, he just needs to come on out. He needs to come on out the closet. Nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Big Dog. Yeah. Yeah, Big Dog. That's the dude right there. He blushes, man. And at first I was like, why is this dude so like giddy and happy and so submissive when he talks to Big Dog, right? Why is that? Well, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I don't really care about that. I just think that's the reason. You know, he's trying to keep it in the closet, and it's just frustrating. You know, when you can't be real with yourself and real with the world about who you really are, you tend to act out. So he just needs to come on out with it. What I don't respect is him attacking people's children. I heard that he did that to another caller once. Like a guy called in and he threatened his children. So he has a habit, from what I understand, of attacking people's children. If he knows you have children, he's going to attack them. I think that's fucking cowardly. And gay or not, like, you're a coward if you attack children in any form or fashion. Let's see. LB says yes, but airport in Nunavut, northern Canada, and lived with them, and they're healthy people. That's what's up. Slay, as Xander says, slay, isn't that a word meant to depict someone who's doing something well or something? Because slay for me means slicing a beast up. Yeah, that's hey, slay a dragon, you know what I mean? But I would never like say, hey man, let's go to the club and slay. That's not, I don't, it's the way the word comes out. Like, it's how it rolls off your tongue. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right when I say it. Like, hey, let's go to the club and slay. Let's slay some chicks. Nah, man. No. We're going to bump some honeys. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pull some broads. We're going to, we're going to snipe some broads. You know, we might snipe them. You know what I mean? We might, go holla. Go holla at some broads. You know what I'm saying? But slay? No, we're not slaying broads. I'm sorry. You know? You know what's funny though? I was watching Black Ink Crew, right? I don't know if y'all watch Ratchet television. I indulge in Ratchet television every now and then, Ratchet reality shows, and just because it's entertaining. It was not just entertaining; it's also educational. I learned from it. But this dude, one of his tattoo artists, he called himself the Vagina Slayer. I was like, that don't sound right. But it is what it is. Black Spring Autumn was good. She's back in the building. She posted my book right there, y'all. If y'all want to support your boy, if you want to support the channel and get something out of it, go ahead and cop my book off Amazon, yo. When it rains, it pours. Let's see. Joey Poyle says there's no proof of macroevolution. Natural selection would make evolution impossible. Perhaps. We don't know. Like, a lot of it's speculation and theory. Lawrence Reno said, like I said, Lucas was like my ex, whom was actually a hermaphrodite. Ooh wee. He had both male and female parts. That's crazy, Lawrence. Alien Believer says, yes, link truth there, bro. Alien Believer says, they're all liars, and power in science too has been corrupted by those power. Absolutely. Anarchy says, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Don't worry about it, man. Anarchy said, how come Slay isn't in there? In where? My book, Truth No One Except the Father. Partially evolved species would be easy prey for predators. I agree, Joey Poyle. That's true, because as they're evolving, they would have to go through stages to get to the point where it's like, you know, ideal for their environment. And they would be very vulnerable during that time. Why isn't slay in there? Because it's just, like I said, it's the way it comes off your tongue, man. Like, slay. All right, it's like this. It's like if I got suited and booted, right? I'm about to go out to a club, or I'm about to go to some soiree or something, and I stand in the mirror and I go, man, I look fierce, right? Oh, I look fierce. Like, that's just not a term. It's not, it doesn't, like, fierce, you know. I've never heard a straight man tell another straight man, hey man, you look fierce in your clothes, man. Or I look fierce today. It's certain words that just don't, you know. I didn't make the rules. I just live by them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make the rules. I just live by them. All right. Where can you find me on Facebook? I'll tell you what. Email me, right? And then I'll shoot you my my Facebook name. I have to use my real name, and I don't really want to put that out right now. So if you email me at snapzillagorilla@gmail.com, you guys, I'll friend you guys if you want. Whew. Man, I hate this. You know what I'm saying? So just email me, guys. That's one good way to communicate with me. LMAO. Oh, snipe. So a sniper is another word for a dude that gets a lot of chicks. They call them snipers. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It just means you have a way with women. That's a sniper right there. You know? But it's like sneaky. Like, you wouldn't think they would be able to get so much women, but they do. You know what I'm saying? And they get a lot of them. That's why they call them snipers. Xander says they use the masculine word slay and add feminine context to it to verbalize looking good in an outfit, essentially. Basically, Xander, nail on the head. Nibiru says, the pre-tribulation is false. Those who endure to the end shall be saved. Pre-tribulation was made up to make believers lazy, so you won't prepare to fight to the end. Maybe. That might be true. Whew. I gotta rest longer, y'all, on this flight. Whew. Okay. Oh man. Yes, thank you, Xander. That's my email. Lincolnville said, Christ said, He will return immediately after tribulations. Alien believer says, not me, never surrender, I never stand in the shadow of the Most High. That's what's up. Dark Nebula says, I'm going to email you for your Facebook name too. I was wondering how to find you there, but figured you wouldn't want to give that info on YouTube. No, I don't want to do that. Alien believer says, my advice is get ready, people. Indeed. I'm all about that. I don't know why I'm so elevated right now. It's all gravy though. If I get 6 laps in, I'll be happy. Because I think I did 6 laps last time. So if I do 6 laps again, I won't feel like a complete failure. All right, man. So, like I was saying about that 9-year-old girl, no reason the cops should have been involved in the first place. You're just asking for a disaster. You're asking for a bad outcome. They're not equipped for that. I do man, Link Hellifield, my endurance is usually better than this. I don't know what's going on today. But this happens every now and then. You know, you have a harder time doing what you always been doing. Just because that's your body signaling you need to rest. And tomorrow is a rest day for me, so it makes sense. It makes sense that this will happen today, the day before my recovery day. On my recovery day, I do some light work, some light cardio, just with like Muay Thai and boxing drills. And then I'll do some yoga and some deep stretching and breathing exercises. So
yes.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
You're doing amazing, King.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm looking forward to tomorrow where I can do my recovery day and feel great, you know what I mean? My recovery today was about 76%, so yesterday it was 86%. According to my Whoop, of course, you know, my little fitness tracker. It's a good tool to have, yo. This thing right here, I mean, I have my Garmin. That's good. That's a good tool to have too. But the Whoop really analyzes a lot dealing with your health, you know. It tells you how long you should recover. It tells you how much you recover. It tells you how well you're sleeping. You know, all that good stuff. It's a good tool to have in your fitness repertoire. Because let's face it, most people don't know how they're truly feeling. But your heart rate and your heart rate variability is a good indicator as to what's going on in your body. And so is and with that, it also tracks your respiratory rate. So while you're sleeping, so this thing can track your respiratory rate based on your heart rate, right? So like, I think it's when you breathe in, your heart rate increases a little bit, and when you breathe out, it slows down. So it can track the rate of your breathing, you know what I'm saying? And it'll let you know if something is going on with your respiratory system based on that. So it's a pretty good tool. I like it. Nikelfeld says, I got to get like you. I've been slacking. Hey, man, you got to get out there and get that work. Alien Believer says, good work, brother. Keep up for the heart and soul, and hope to catch you again soon. To you and everyone else. All right, man. Peace out, Alien Believers. So, you guys remember how Anthony Frosty, said that wearing 2 masks is just common sense. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Some idiot doctor even said that wearing 4 masks is best. But it appears that someone has come with a second opinion on all that. It's actually, surprisingly, it's one of the advisors, one of the COVID-19 advisors for damn it, I said that word. One of the Modelo 19 advisors for Joey B. Okay, Mike Osterholm, I think his name is. Mike Osterholm said that wearing 2 face flags could actually, wearing 2 face flags could actually increase the possibility of you becoming infected with Modelo 19. Increase it. So, you know, YouTube, this is something that an expert on Joe Biden's COVID, Modelo 19 task force said. It's not something I said. I'm just relaying the message. Mike Osterholm, who works for Joe Biden, said that wearing 2 masks could increase your chances of infection of Modelo 19. So, and his reasoning was because, number one, most people don't wear a single mask correctly in the first place. All right? Most people do not correctly wear the face flag. All right? Like, there's gaps on the side. 5 times out of 10, they're wearing it under their noses. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't wear that shit properly. So, to compound that, by adding a second mask, it's just gonna make it worse. And then, you have to look at the type of mask you're wearing. Hold on, guys. Whew. Okay. Yeah, so let me see. Oh shoot. Yeah, so because it's gonna add too much pressure to the first mask and make it too open. And not only that, you got 2 layers of bullshit stopping you from exhaling CO2 and breathing in oxygen. It's a bunch of bullshit. So I'm glad he actually came out to say that. Now, he didn't denounce wearing a face flag in the first place, but he might as well have, from the way he explained why 2 masks aren't good. So if I remember, I posted a link to him, to the article talking about that in the description once it's renders. And you know what, man? My lives haven't been rendering and being posted on my channel for some reason. Like, they're still in the queue to be processed. And I don't understand that. Why aren't my lives available for replay view, or for replayability? Why can't people go back to lives that are already done and watch my lives? That, you know what that does? It stifles my views, right? Because if you're not viewing my live during my live and they never post it, I can't get any views on my live streams. So for some reason, they're not processing my live streams to be posted on my channel. I have no idea why. Lawrence Renault says, I have a joke for you. How come ants never get COVID? Because they have tiny little antibodies. That's funny. That's funny. Joe Biden is wicked. But yeah, imagine, look at how irresponsible it is to tell people to wear 2 masks. It's irresponsible. It's like telling people to wear 2 condoms. Like, 2 condoms is going to increase the chance of breaking, right? Because there's too much friction and pressure. It's just irresponsible for Anthony Frosty to tell people to wear 2 masks. You know, common sense should tell you that wearing 2 face flags is not good. Damn it, I keep saying the M word. So, yep, that's what we're dealing with, y'all. So, what else is going on in the world? What else is going on? So what y'all think? And what's going on with this stimulus package bullshit, right? Now let me ask y'all something. 10 Republican senators came up with an alternative stimulus package in the amount of $600 billion, okay? They want to lower the stimulus check amounts from $1,400 to $1,000, and they want to lower the income cap to receive that $1,000. And if you look at Joe Biden's proposal, it's $1.9 trillion, and there's all kind of stuff in it that these Democrats have been itching to put into place. Why? What is it about these senators? What is it about them that makes them believe that their proposal is going to get anywhere? You know what I'm saying? And like, why is it always when they want to cut some stuff, when they want to cut shit from a relief package, it's always shit that's going to go directly to the people? You know what I'm saying? Right? Now, they wanted to cut government funding as well, but why fuck with our direct money? Huh? It's their fault that this is happening, right? It's their fault that we lost so many jobs. It's their fault that we lost so many businesses. But then they want to turn around and say, you know what? Most of these people make too much money to get a stimulus check. Oh, well, our money goes into paying your salary, right? It's just, you know, I don't agree with just printing money. I don't agree with that. Because guess what? We're all going to, our children are going to have to pay for it. Our children's going to have to pay for it. But at some point, it's not even going to matter, because when the system collapses, all that debt is not going to matter. What's going to matter is pure survival, right? All that's going to matter is pure survival. Either you're going to have the Great Reset, and when they have the Great Reset, all those debts are going to be wiped out anyway. Once that one world bank goes online, and that one world currency goes online, all that debt is going to go bye-bye. No one's going to own anything except for the elites. We're not going to have access to resources. We're not going to have access to land. It's going to be a communist country. The whole world is going to operate under communism. You understand? So we might as well get our money back. The money that I put into the system over the last 20 years, money I was forced to put into the system, over the last 20 years that I could not opt out of. Longer than 20 years, right? 23 years since I've been working. I could not opt out of being extorted. So every time there's a stimulus package, they're always talking about what they can cut from our pockets. They always want to cut shit going to us. Did Mitt Romney, did those 10 senators, those 10 Republican senators have a problem with all that money going to Israel or Pakistan or, you know, all these other countries that we gave money to in the last stimulus package? No, they didn't have a problem with that. They signed off on it. Very few senators and congresspeople didn't sign off. So for them to come out now and be like, we already gave $25 billion in rental incentives, we already did this, we already did that. So, motherfucker, it's our money. You still get your $176,000 a year. You still got your money. No one's fucking with your money. No one's fucking with your livelihood. Your livelihood and your business is still intact. Ours aren't. So what if we already got this and that and the third? People have been out of work and had their businesses shut down for almost a year straight because of the response to the Modelo 19 outbreak. But you want to sit up here and act like we getting too many handouts? Man, y'all got life fucked up. They really have life fucked up. Old head Deuce was good. It's their job to figure it out. Well, they better keep figuring because they ain't got nothing figured out. They better keep at it. You feel me, Billsby? They got life fucked up. Thinking they can keep extracting our wealth and distributing it and redistributing it as they see fit. And then want to sit up here and act like they don't owe us a goddamn thing when it comes time to help people out. They got life fucked up. And that's word to my mother. I'm actually feeling a little better now. Feeling a little better. I got my second win, I believe. All right, Anarchy. Peace out, man. I think I'm going to end live stream here as well. It's been good talking to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign out and finish this little trek that I got going on. And probably holler at y'all on Thursday or something like that. I need to hit up Sonetta. We're supposed to do a live stream interview. He's supposed to interview me, so I got to hit him up. Let him know I'm going to be ready probably by Thursday or Friday. So look out for my live stream with Sonetta. I'll give you more details on that once we lock in something solid. And you guys can come check it out. I will post details in the community tab once I have them. So that should be fun. Hopefully I'll be able to reach a wider audience and really spread the message of freedom and truth. All right? So look out for that. Much love to you guys. Be safe. And don't wear two-faced flags, y'all. Link Hellerfeld says it's all in distraction while they pass new bogus laws. Word up. So yeah. Anyway, look out in the community tab. I post information on that live stream, the upcoming live stream with Sonetta. And yeah, we'll keep moving forward. Keep marching, keep rucking toward freedom, y'all. Peace out, and do not wear two-faced flags.